Hey guys, welcome to our podcast channel. This week's topic is about revolution, specifically about flaws in the US justice system. Since today is Monday, you guys have me, Isabella Ramos, here to talk about outdated laws that need to be revised or even just reviewed because people are failing to consider the effects and how they're being abused every day. As inspiration for today's show, we have Martha Burgmark, a really powerful leader who does basically everything you could possibly imagine. She's an attorney, civil rights advocate, and a writer. Fun fact, she has been recognized by the White House as a champion of change in 2011. That's one of the many achievements she has. A couple more are that she was also a recipient for the Kutox Dodds Prize, has several honorary doctorates, and most recently in 2018, she was an awardee of a Presidential Scholars Roosevelt Thompson Award. So there you go. She basically has done it all. You would think that someone as busy as her wouldn't have time to promote civil justice at all levels of society. But she does. She promotes local, state, and national level, not picking favorites. She is most well known for being the president of Voices for Civil Justice campaign, which focuses on giving all people the fairest trial possible. However, she aids and assists in several other campaigns, such as the Mississippi Center for Justice, which is a public interest law firm committed to advancing racial and economic justice. The center develops and pursues strategies to combat discrimination and poverty statewide. Fun fact. In case you were wondering, she was raised in Mississippi but studied in Michigan, hence why a majority of her work takes place in those states. Martha Burgmark's upbringing and social situation would have a lot of impact on her life and would basically lead her to becoming a very successful, thoughtful, and caring revolutionary. She grew up in Jackson, Mississippi during the 1960s, the prime time for racial segregation as they were enforced by actual laws. As she began to grow older, she became more and more involved in her community by attending local protests and assisting in several local organizations focused on the civil rights movement and social service programs. Martha Burgmark was still relatively young, but her passion for ending discrimination and finding fairness in all life was very present. Later in her life, when she became a writer, she worked on many articles relating to the need for changes in the U.S. justice system on all levels, the laws, and people in charge. On a related note to the actions of Martha Burgmark, other people of similar occupations, such as judges and lawyers, are beginning to see some faults in the justice system and are beginning to protest, such as the judges protesting minimum sentencing laws. They feel it belittles the purpose of a judge's job as it overrides any special ability that a judge obtains to give out the fairest, most just sentence possible, which is really the purpose of a judge. However, an issue that applies to every American citizen should be of interest to each and every person, especially since a democratic country like the U.S. relies on the liberal and educated thought of the citizen to vote for the greater good of the country. So why aren't people, why aren't they beginning to rebel, to revolt, to protest? Well, yes, the main reason is that the whole justice system is fairly complicated, but students from a young age have to learn math for 12 years straight. Crazy, huh? But they only have one semester of US Gov or of economics, and that's going to affect their whole life from after high school to when they're older. I propose that students begin to learn about the justice system more in depth and more frequently. Not because I'm trying to say that students are the most important part of society, but they are the generation that will come after all of us and who will be affected by the laws of the future. So we really need to put an end to the laws that have loopholes, the laws that are being taken advantage of, but most importantly, the laws that were made to make the government look good, not to solve the problem. Thank you. Hey guys, thank you for listening to my podcast. I hope you guys really enjoyed it and you learned something. Go check out our website if you want to learn more about the justice system and the flaws in the laws. I'm sure it'll be good to know about this stuff when you grow up, and as we all begin to vote, it'll help you a lot. And always just be considerate of everything that goes on in the world. So if you like my podcast, I'm sure you'll like Aaron and Vivian and Liana's podcast too. They're really great, so make sure to check them out on our website. Bye. Thank you.